breaking news just in. Goose on the loose, mouse in the house, bending moments and engineers running everything. In a press conference earlier today, the Prime Minister announced the crucial role engineers will play in shaping the future of our nation.
This statement has already sparked a wave of discussions and demonstrations across the country. Stay tuned as we bring you updates on this story, but first, a word from our Prime Minister.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I introduce a bill aimed at harnessing the expertise of engineers to efficiently lead our great nation and boost our economy. By entrusting leadership to those adept at problem solving and driving efficiency, we'll pave the way for sustainable growth and prosperity for generations to come.
There's been lots of disruption around the Prime Minister's private residence here in Bath.
Here's a special report by Sebastian Guduzzi.
Of the top 500 CEOs in the world, 33% have undergraduate degrees in engineering. But is profit maximisation what we need? Osama bin Laden was a civil engineer, yet his morals were questionable. Many engineers go into the defence industry, and it's a large part of the UK economy. However, most people would be against working for companies making missiles. However, engineers are very happy to, as found in a recent survey. Joining me now is Andrea Avant, an aerospace engineer. Andrea, if you had the opportunity to either work for a missile company making bombs for children for £100,000 a year, or engineering new green energy for 70,000, what would you do?
Well, that's a tricky one, but somebody's got to make these bombs, haven't they?
And now to a special report by Gabby Locke.
Unfortunately, the engineering sector continues to face a significant diversity crisis. Despite efforts to promote inclusivity, women, ethnic minorities, individuals from underrepresented backgrounds remain vastly outnumbered in engineering roles, with only 29% of engineers identifying as women compared to 47.7% of the overall population, as well as only 21% of engineers yielding from lower socioeconomic backgrounds compared to 29% of the working population. In addition, after graduation, BAME students are less than half as likely to have a job compared to their white counterparts. This lack of diversity not only stifles the industry's potential for innovation, but also perpetuates systematic inequalities.
Lots of protests in Bath. Please take care when going outside.
Let's go back to Sebastian.
How do you think this bill will affect you once it's introduced?
Well, engineers have very specialist skills. You wouldn't expect a brain surgeon to work as an engineer or the other way around. This is applicable to wider society, with CEOs and politicians. Engineers may have some of the skills, but that doesn't necessarily make them the best pick for the job. There are lots of jobs that require really specific training, but if an engineer was to get that training for those skills, then they're not really still an engineer, but rather whatever you've now trained them for.
But some may say engineers have very transferable skills.
There is a shortage of engineers already, so is it right to waste them on other roles, especially if they've trained for 4 to 10 years already as an engineer?
From this programme, we can clearly see that engineers should not be running everything, whether it be their morals or lack of diversity. But the question we really need to ask ourselves, should one group be running everything?
Thanks for tuning into this special edition of BBC Bath. Seems like engineers shouldn't be running anything, perhaps not even engineering.
And now back to Goose on the Loose. Residents of Bath and North East Somerset terrorised by